Welcome to the CFG Game Cast, episode number 226, a weekly podcast created by gamers and streamers alike to discuss the latest gaming topics from the previous week. We stream a new episode every weekend and release it on all podcast services, so do us a favor and show us some love by liking, following, subscribing, and chatting with us on our YouTube page, the CFG channel, or go to our main website, confreaksandgeeks.com, to not miss an episode. I am Mr. CFG Games himself, Davis Green, and with me today I got my two awesome co-hosts, not game hosts. That's kind of weird. I got Lex in the second seat. What is going on, my cyborg?
Sorry, game show. I'm doing good this week. I dealt with a bunch of adulting stuff, and I'm gonna have to do that next week too. Don't ever buy a house with an HOA. Just saying that.
That's easier said than done nowadays.
I know. They're gonna fine me $100 a week for plants they want me to replace that were never there.
That's stupid.
And I asked for clarification, and his response was, "Well, just put the ones back you took out." Sure. What plant would that be, sir? Exactly. I know. I digress. But yeah, I played. I didn't play anything this week. I was just a little busy bee running around doing stuffs and taking care of me. It was a relaxing week. I got my nails done. I did my hair, and yeah, that's about it. Super boring, I know. But summer times for robots is not fun. If you don't know, now you know. Lots of just chilling and relaxing. I didn't even get any reading done. So
you weren't shooting some b-ball right behind the school?
I was.
That's
one
what
a couple of
I
guys who were up to no good.
Oh, okay, man. I know, right? But that's true. Hey, Lex.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But you got in one little fight, but his mom did not care.
Oh, his name is
the 5-star general of the itty bitty Smitty committee. I got Smitty in the third seat. What's going on, my dude?
First off, I just want to say, and I don't even know if Davis knows this, but Lex last week had an absolutely phenomenal intro, and I butchered it. I forgot to start recording. So what you heard was actually the second take.
Oh! I'm glad you mentioned that, because
I'm not even saying it the second take.
I did hear that, and I heard the part. No, like it was live streaming while you did it, and then they were like, it was a great start, and then all of a sudden you're like, you're going to hate me, and then Lex said, leave it in so I can. So I hope Davis hears this. I do know. No, I heard it all. Yeah, it was hilarious.
I just had to bring that up. Obviously, it's been a good week. Well, for the most part, big mistake. The First Descendant dropped. We've played it. It was a mistake having adult drinks Thursday because I had been torn up since then. Big mistake. But I'm enjoying the First Descendant. Obviously, we're going to talk about it today, the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. So yeah, overall it's been cool. I saw that over on PlayStation as well. There's Cop Simulator on there, so I'm looking forward to playing that because I got to get my
Cop Simulator
policeman on.
That's
right.
Surprising. I would never expect you to play that game. I don't know.
Are you kidding me? I want to know what it's like to be on the other side. How would I react to things?
On the other side?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Not that I'm saying I'm a perpetrator.
I'm saying you've been on the criminal spectrum before.
I'm saying, like, yeah. So, no, but overall, it's just been a pretty solid week. Enjoying, hopefully everybody again had a nice 4th of July, or people that are enjoying a longer weekend. So yeah, all in all, it's been solid. So what about you, my friend?
Oh man, I have been a bit like, long story short, as always, busy as always. So yeah, but I did do a little bit of stuff though. Like I did the alpha for Fragpunk at the beginning of the week, like in that last weekend, which I have to say, the game isn't bad. I mean, did you play something? You were in it too, Smitty, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and you played. Game was fun. but it just reminds me of Rogue Company, if you remember that game. But like
I never played Rogue Company. I remember Rogue Company.
yeah.
My biggest thing about it, and this is what I feel, as a person that does not like the mode of search and destroy, very much like Valorant, very much like CSGO, whatever. It's that style. I thought it was a great dynamic having the shard cards really, you know what I mean? Like had influences and stuff like that on the game. I thought it made it a lot more fun, but they also had a team deathmatch mode in there as well. So if you're a fan of like search and destroy, if you're a fan of the slower pace shooter, but this is faster than your typical slower pace game like that, I think you would enjoy Fragpunk.
This game was way too fast. I think the game was way too fast for me personally, because like I think like
get like out of here.
I think that I mean, but then again, you remember I'm not really I don't usually play these games 9 times out of 10, so this is a little bit out of my spectrum. But for the most part, though, I wasn't that good per se, but at the same time, the one thing I think I really kind of got annoyed about, and it's not, and I don't think it's the game's fault. I think it's just who was playing it. I feel like it's going to be a problem when people are not agreeing on wanting to do certain cards and stuff. Because I was hearing a lot of a flack of like people choosing the smoke card and things like that, and then if someone had enough points to do it themselves, they just tear them a new one, or they just DC, they just quit the game and then just
really
because
That's
of it.
always
I was
fun
just
in
like,
a game, just to
very
yell at
annoying.
the other opponents.
Yeah,
How dare you?
It's not like somebody spending all their points on one card deters them from picking a card, a different card.
Right.
Like,
you're right.
Why would somebody get mad?
People are stupid.
And what's worse is that this game is an alpha. It's not like you're doing ranked matches or anything like that. That like you're running for something specifically. So it's really, yeah. So I mean, I think that might be a bit of a problem in a community problem. But I do like it. But the idea, I love the idea. I love the idea that it changes like the spectrum of the game. Like there was a flood card. I don't know if you ever experienced this, that you could flood the stage with water, so the opponents will be able to get to certain areas or tunnels and stuff because it's flooded, or there's rushing water, so they won't be able to go up the stairs and stuff like that.
I never experienced that.
Oh, it was cool. I was like, oh, that's pretty neat. That's pretty neat that you could do that, and like unlimited ammo and all. But the one that was annoying to me was big head mode, because like easy headshots
all day.
Yeah. So it was a fun.
Snipers were OP.
Yeah, snipers was ridiculously OP. So I mean, but then again, like I said, this is an alpha. I think that it just has some things to tweak, but I can see it doing fairly good on it. So there you go. It will be my kind of game, probably not, but I would suggest it. Like I can't wait till Marvel Rivals come, and hopefully I get a chance for that. If Marvel Rivals listens to this podcast, let me in the goddamn closed beta.
Don't let him in. Don't let him in.
Yes.
This guy.
But other
I got
than that,
in and I haven't even been playing.
No, let's rub that in. But
You're welcome.
Yeah, but then also, I also got a chance to play Zenless Zone Zero, which was really the first gacha. I'm really like, I mean, I played a little bit of Genshin, but Zenless Zone, I decided to try it out because the battle system looked really cool. So, it was fun. So I guess the biggest thing is that it's hard to say because you don't know how involved this game is going to be, because it's the very beginning of a gacha system. So you kind of have to. So my opinion's reserved right now for it, but so far the battle system is probably the wildest, I would say. It was pretty cool. It was definitely pretty cool. So, so there you. And right now it's 100 free draws and stuff. So definitely go check it out. If it's absolutely free to play currently. Since I'm not, I haven't. Oh, and I did get a free copy of the new Trails game, which is like, I don't know if you don't like, I love Trails of Cold Steel, the RPG. There's a new Trails that came out called Trails Through Daybreak. They get NIS shoutouts to NIS on giving a collector's edition. I'm going to be doing an unboxing video of that hopefully next week on that. So it's going to be, so looking forward to it. So it was a pretty good week. So,
good.
But yeah,
nice.
So I know y'all don't want to talk about what's currently going on in the world today. So we'll go through the normal rigmarole that we like to do each and every week. So each of us chooses a topic of discussion in the world of video games that happened throughout the previous week. The topic would or could be a game itself or something that happened in the gaming industry as a whole. And we do not want to talk about it amongst ourselves. We want you, the listeners and viewers on Twitch, YouTube, and on Twitter to be a part of the conversation. So if there is something that you're wanting to talk about, whatever we talk about, by all means, just chime in inside the chat and any of those platforms. We will love to discuss it with you as always. So Smitty, what are you bringing to the table?
Yeah, we got to talk about it. The First Descendant. I've been waiting for this game for a little bit now. I played one of the tech tests. I want to say in the fall of last year, and I was like, oh man, this is great. If you love looter shooters, like you're gonna like it's a looter shooter to the max. The other big thing, obviously, it's a free-to-play game. It's by Nexon. My understanding of Nexon is they are pretty known for being aggressive with microtransactions, and you can see it in this game. You feel it in this game. Things like, I just got the components to be able to get Freya, and it takes, what the hell did I say, 16 hours to research her. So I can't even use her, or I can use real money to get the things to be able to speed up the research, essentially.
That's justifiable.
That's lame, dude. That's
well,
lame.
I mean,
Don't. Why are you time gating things like that? It's already enough that you have to rerun missions and stuff like that to be able to get the component, because there's only a 20% chance that it drops. So it took me on average, when I was doing this, 4 to 5 repeats of the same mission. One of them being more of a dungeon level, so it took even longer in order for the thing to drop the component. Which is, I think it was like 4 components I needed to be able to research to get this new Descendant. And I get it. It still provides an option for people to be able to get these Descendants and stuff like that for free. So I'm all about that. I get that. But it's like, that's a little, like, 16 hours, bro.
Well, I mean, you have to do something. How much? Well, first off, how much does it cost to if you're wanting to buy it up front? Like, how much does it cost for you to buy the character? Like,
what do you mean? Like, the gold is not the issue.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm talking about like the physical. I'm talking about physical money. You were saying like you had the option to either purchase the character so it's faster, or wait the 16 hours, right?
No, so it could speed up the research. You use the paid money currency to speed up the research. But you can't just outright buy the Descendants. You have to go and grind for their material. Once you have their material, then you go to the person that does the research, that you research things like being able to upgrade your guns. You need a thing, but in order to research that stuff, it takes 10 minutes. So for me to, all that stuff is time gated, which is annoying to me. Like if I've got something higher level, if I don't have that material, I have to go research it and wait the allotted time in order to do it. Or if I'm crafting a gun, that to me is a little annoying. I don't like time gates like that.
So wait a minute. So are you saying that? Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. Time gating like that is a little extreme. I totally understand. But like, how long is it? Like, well, how if you did pay real money in the to shorten the time length, is it a reasonable time, or is it still like, oh, instead of 16 hours, it's 12 hours or some kind of BS?
No, depending on how much money you have is how much it does to complete. I don't know what is it like a
$30 to $70?
Yeah.
$30
I don't know
to $70.
No. Are you being serious?
Yep.
$30 to $70
for one character?
Yep. So Okay, basically skins, frame, characters, weapons are what you grind for. You only get access to one character. You can choose from there at the beginning. From there, you need to unlock the rest of the roster. Average price is $300 to $900 per character. I think that's in-game currency.
That's in-game gold.
With 1,060 calibers running about $20 for reference. Next is a frame. Skins for characters. These can range from $30 to $70 per skin. You can grind them out and they're separated into normal, epic, legendary style categorizations. There's also stat boost applied to certain ones, so it's a progression mechanic.
Okay, so the skins cost 30 to 70, but but you still have to have
About
mats
20
and stuff. Yeah, so about 20. Wow.
Mhm.
Wow, okay. Well, anyways,
It's super aggressive.
pricey.
So I would say be warned. And there's a battle pass as well.
On top of that. That's funny.
Yeah, on top of all that. Again, it's free to play. They at least give you the option to be able to get some of this stuff without, or get the things without having to actually pay money. So I can appreciate that, but the grind is real. So I'm enjoying it. I think it's cool, but I've been burned by games like this before. So the real test for me is getting to end game and looking at what the end game looks like. They have all kinds of mods and different guns and stuff like that. So like, one of the fun things to me is the different builds you can do with the different characters. Because the different characters, like I have Viesa who has cold and like ice and stuff like that. Rabbit has electricity. Freya has toxic. So there's certain things that will synergize with them. So you can do like different builds and stuff like that, which again, to me is an element of a good looter shooter, is being able to create different builds for different situations and different blah, 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 blah.
Okay, so, but here's the it's actually kind of funny because I'm like, dude, this looks like like it's overwhelming. I'm looking at like all these different kinds of weapons that you're picking up, and what's
night and day since it came out.
Dude, like look at like I'm looking at look at all this stuff. I'm like looking at it right now. I'm looking at all the items and stuff right now, like the purples and the blues and the rose. I mean, that's a lot to me. Like I'm just like, well, then again, you're used to it.
Yeah,
you're used to it with Destiny crap.
Most of that stuff you're just trashing. So unless you until you get to max level, you're just looking to equip your highest. That's what I do. I just equip my highest stuff and I keep it moving. I'm not looking to build anything out until I get to max level. Right. That's when that stuff, like different characteristics and stuff like that, will start meaning to me. Because the higher my levels are, the higher gear stuff I can get. So that's the goal right now. So there's a like
science to
that
it.
Seems but like in games like that, you're just trying to get to max level essentially, and that's really where the game opens up, right? That's where you can start creating these different builds. You can go and do the hard mode. I don't know what hard mode looks like yet. There's Colossi stuff. There's like dungeons and things like that. So like they've got a solid framework, but again, to me, it's going to be about the replayability of it and the content frequency in which they do events and different things that are going to keep people wanting to come back, because the grind's going to get tiresome. And for me, the variety in missions don't vary too much. It's either you escort a thing, you sit here and kill this thing, and then a boss comes down, you got to kill the boss, and then, you know what I mean? It's like these little mini missions as I'm going through the campaign. But again, that's for exposition and to get from, story point A to story point Z. But so right now it's hard to say if this will be a game that, like, you get to end game, I continue playing, it's regularly in the rotation, or if I'm just like, all right, I'm cool on this until the next drop happens. I think it's worth a shot, especially the fact that it's free to play and you don't have to throw any money down. And if you like looter shooters, I definitely think it's at least worth playing. But I just don't know yet if this is a good game or not.
I'm not gonna lie to you though, because I did play a little bit of this, and this gives me Warframe vibes, I would say. But, but like I think one of the things that really kind of got me, like the thing that really turns me off is like I said, microtransactions are needed for games to be like for a free to play game to be successful as that. It just depends on how, like, like if it's I don't want to say fair, but I would say, how aggressive, let's say that, how aggressive or intrusive it is or for you to be to play the game either the free mode or the way that you can actually just put money in and just say, you know what, screw this, I'm not going to do this. I'm just going to just buy whatever I need so I can just go ahead and just be ahead of time. Yeah, so certain things like character unlocks and stuff. I mean, like the 16-hour thing, it is an inconvenience, but at the same time, I can tolerate that. I'm fine with that. But, however, the thing that
16 hours after I spent 5 hours getting the material, now I gotta wait another 16 hours before actually being able to play with her. That's ridiculous.
So like, well, dude, you've already played 5 hours for the game itself. Like, why are you? You're like it's gonna take time to get the character out. At that point, I'll be like, okay, I'm just gonna wait till tomorrow and just go do it. I mean, at the same time, it's like I don't have a problem waiting. That's just what it is for me. It's cool. I'm cool with it. But however, I mean, but to each their own on that. But like, I think the thing that gets me the most on this is how aggressive some of these microtransactions are. Like, for instance, like if you get a drop, not saying that you should even do this because like Smitty says, you're kind of you're needing to wait till end game anyways. But like, you get an item, right? You get an item or a piece of equipment that you like, and you decide you're wanting to equip it. But then if you want to customize it, let's say if you want to change a simple color, if you want to change the color of it, it uses a gotcha system for the color, which I'm just like, why? So basically, let's say that you have the color, you wanted the color blue, but then you're like, okay, now you have a percentile chance to get blue for it. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, you got orange instead of blue, and you're just paying more money for that. It's like that, like stuff like that is just like, wow, dude, that is penny pinching at this point. And with the irony of all this, probably like the alpha, the beta build of this that happened earlier this year didn't have it, so it wasn't activated. So it allowed you to change the color whatever you wanting to do. So I was just like, oh wow, okay, that's weird. So then let's say you finally get the color that you want, and then you decide to put it blue. You can only use it one time. You can't move it over. You can't do any of that. So the money that you put in on that is like, what? It's like what? Like that's the one thing I kind of like. You have to
everything.
You have to put like a pin on the fact that this is a Nexon game. That's the unfortunate thing. Yeah. When I look at that. Yeah, because that's just their habit of it. I mean, like most of their games that they've made. So like, because I mean they're there to make money, but at the same time, it's like, wow, man, y'all are
that's crazy.
Yeah, y'all are really that petty to that point. It's really crazy to me. I don't know how much it costs. Yeah,
like I feel like that's a way to kill your game.
It definitely is
being that aggressive. People are gonna be like, nah, dude, I'm not gonna do that. And if anything gets locked behind, because like if they're doing time gate shit for just simple material things, so I can upgrade, because I have 2 exotic guns that I'm just transmuting into, as I get higher level guns, I'm just making them higher level. Right. You know what I mean? But like, I've got to research this tech in order to be able to do it. That's timeline, and it's only 10 minutes. But still, it's just like, yeah, and that's not bad, but like still, like, dude, like if I have the material or whatever, dude, like let me just do it. Like that's annoying to me. You know what I mean? It's like I can still go in with the gun or whatever, but like it's really, really aggressive. And especially in this day and age and these times right now, like people are quick to be like, you know what, deuces, I'm done with this game, and then the game just dies. This is the flavor of the week, I suppose. We'll see how long. So I'm curious to see what the future looks like for this game, what their content roadmap looks like, and what kind of response also they have to the community. I know that we got some free stuff because the servers were kind of laggy. By the way, I was able to connect my Nexon account with my PC, so it's nice I can run this on my PS5, and it runs way smoother on my PS5 than it does on my PC.
It's optimized on the console more better than it is on the PC. Wow.
At least on, crazy.
Oh man.
I would be curious to see what our new rigs in our house, our new PCs, how they run it versus your PS5. You know what I mean? Because like we've got like the best of the best right now in both rooms, at least for this month.
You could have the best of the best computer, but if it's not optimized for PC,
of course,
then you're going to be screwed. Like that.
No,
that's
I understand.
What it sounds like. Yeah.
I find so. I haven't played.
And
this
like,
game.
I was having like weird lag spikes, even when I'm just playing like off, not streaming or anything like that. Like, people were teleporting and shit. I was like, what the fuck is this? Yeah, and then I was getting disconnects from the server. It was just dying in the middle of like a mission. I was getting annoyed by it.
That would be frustrating.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
Dust has been playing this nonstop since it came out. He
What's
turned his
cap
light
level?
off in his office, so that means he's laying in bed right now. He's gotten a headache twice in the last 2 days because he's been playing it so
that's
much.
too much. Your eyes are bleeding.
He's grinding, like to the point where I was lifting heavy stuff I shouldn't be, and he didn't come running, which means this game has got his attention down to a science. So
this is like, I feel like this is what we thought Outriders was going to be.
Right. Yeah.
I think it's too early to tell. That's way too early to tell right now. So I wouldn't even say.
But I mean, at least they're not pretending not to be a live service game.
Right.
I mean, that to me is at least a good start.
Outriders advertisement was, we're not a looter shooter. And it's like, what are you doing? What are you trying to do?
Like what?
Yeah.
Right.
It's like, okay.
Are we sure about that, buddy?
Is that kind of weird? It's like, what's weird is that they said that out the gate. Like, they didn't even give it, they didn't give a chance for it to like breathe a little bit. They're like, don't get us don't get us confused that this is a looter, that this isn't a looter shooter. This is a story-based game. And I'm like, that is a
do
weird,
a hot lap, come back and
that is a weird hill to
they
weird
tried.
hill to die on.
They came out with that one DLC,
a year
and they were trying
later,
to make people pay for it. And I'm like, nah, son.
Nope.
Nah, son.
Yeah,
we're done.
Way too late. Yeah. Anyways, but like,
I will say too, very quickly. So far in the story, I've kind of not really been that engaged. I understand. I think basically what's going on is just like, I can give a shit less. Give me my guns. I'm gonna go pew 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 pew.
You don't even do you normally care about story? Like, I guess you do.
Absolutely, dude. That's one of the most important things to me in any kind of game. Is there being a story? I don't like games that don't have a story per se.
Yeah.
And I know you may be like, but Smitty, you play a lot of survival games.
No, you play Destiny 2 though. You've been playing Destiny 2 for 10 years. I know that you like story, but I didn't know that you cared about like a first like the shooting out. I mean, like a story for shooting for FPS aspect is what I was like.
I love Borderlands 2. I thought Borderlands 3 was kind of weak. The story was weak in it. So I like Borderlands 2 more than Borderlands 3. The story is a huge element to me in any type of game, even if it's like something that, like, again, like I look at it like a Scum. I enjoy Scum. I like that, but and they're starting to introduce story elements to it, but I need something to at least be able to follow story wise. And then if it opens up to now you're just living in the world, at least I got a story out of it.
Right. I think that's why I couldn't like dive into Grounded and just be stuck on it. Because when we started playing, there was no story. Now there's a story. But we'd walk around. I'm like, I just want to know, why are we tiny? Who did this to us? Whose house do we need to go set on fire in this neighborhood that messed with these children? I just...
You have a starting point and you want to be able to get to an end point.
Right.
Without an endpoint, again, that's why open world games kind of mess me up. It's like, it's too big for me to get to that endpoint. There's too much shit.
The answer
is,
and I need to do all of the shit to finish the shit. So, I get it.
Your answer is the person that did that to those kids was the evil Rick Moranis. There you go.
His evil twin.
Yes, his evil twin.
Speak evil on Rick Moranis.
We're showing our age because I'm sure there are a lot of people that have no clue who that is.
You don't know who that is? Okay, here's a piece of advice. Pick up a book. Go check it out. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
And
all
learn today.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, that's why I feel about First Descendant.
Yeah, I don't think
it's worth trying out, but
I'm not gonna try it. I'm not. I think I tried enough for me to be like, I don't think this is something that I'm going to be consistent about, because it was like yeah, I think you're definitely right when it came to the story. The intro of it was pretty cool, like the setup, but like after that, I just hate asinine quests. I really do. Like when you do constant, especially like fetch, not necessarily fetch quests, but what's it called? You have to take a person or an NPC point A to point B. I hate those quests, escort quests. That's what I hate. I hate doing stuff like that. But like when it comes to something that's not giving any kind of fill to what you're trying to do in the long run, it just feels like it's busy work, and I don't want to waste the time I'm having, playing a game just to do busy work. So yeah, that's why I'm just not going to. I tried.
Well, I mean, you
2 or
progress
3
through the
hours.
story that way. What do
you do, but like
which is interesting because wait a minute, you play Monster Hunter, so.
Well, the point of Monster the point of Monster Hunter is you're killing monsters so you can get a hat.
So which is crazy, dude.
That's my
thing. I don't understand how people enjoy that game.
Straight up grinding. And it's hard. Well, no, but here's the thing. But hey, no, if you don't make me about Monster Hunter, I was bitching about Monster Hunter World story constantly. The reason why I don't even have Monster Hunter World on PC is because I'm not going to go through that whole rigmarole again just to deal with that.
Yep.
Yeah, so no, I'm not going to deal with that. Like I said, all I wanted to do on Monster Hunter is grind, kill monsters, and then design new outfits for my cat. That's all I needed to do.
Oh my god, that's what kept me in. I switched to PC and I regret it. How dare you, JTZ?
There you go. I didn't fall for that. I did. I fell for that for V Rising, but not for Monster Hunter. So
V Rising's a pain in the ass because you can't get in without you being on.
Yep.
Yeah, no. But but it was a. Like I said, overall, I'm not talking ill will of First Descendant. It's just I just don't want to invest any time in it. Not right now.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, so go.
I'll wait. For you, bro.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, no, yeah. I know you and Dust have been you and Doc. I think you were streaming with Doc the other day too, right?
And
he got so excited when you guys were on. Oh,
yeah, no.
Candy store. I've been getting ignored all week.
Dang, that's terrible. Jeez.
Yeah.
All right, but a good one, Smitty. We'll see. We'll see. Let me know if it gets any better. I just hope that there's gonna be the raids and stuff like that, like how Warframe is. So that's what I'm expecting later on, but not like in the near future, probably in a while. But Lex, what are you bringing to the table?
It is my turn. So, if you guys haven't been paying attention, let me give you a little recap. Everybody is laying off everybody when it comes to the gaming world. But I have some good news. Because BioShock team just announced that they are hiring for 30 new people. So about 4 years ago, 2K, which is part of the BioShock team, announced that they were going to do a new studio called Cloud Chamber, which would be established specifically just to produce new games in the BioShock franchise. They've been pretty quiet as far as the internet since then. We haven't heard too much from Cloud Chamber. People, I don't know anybody that works for them as far as people that I follow on social media. But they revealed a few hours ago on LinkedIn that they are ramping up their recruitment with several job openings. So they just announced 30 new jobs from Cloud Chamber in different offices, Nevada, California, USA, and Montreal, Quebec, Canada. So they are okay with any of these roles being remote. So if you are not in those areas, but you qualify, you should send in your resume on LinkedIn because they're looking for people. So they're looking for a senior AI animator, 2 of them, senior character artist, senior cinematic lighting artist, senior cinematic VFX artist, 2 senior lighting artists, 2 senior material artists, senior modeler, organic, technical material artists, 2, lead rendering engineer, lead rendering programmer, tool support specialist, 2 of them, co-development lead level designer, 2 of them, level designer, narrative designer, senior combat designer, 2, senior level designer, technical designer, executive producer, 2 producers, a senior producer for animation specifically, and a senior writer. This is fantastic news. We've just been hearing about constant layoffs. And unfortunately, I follow a lot of people on Twitter and on Threads who were a part of these companies that are now getting laid off after huge mergers were done during COVID. And unfortunately, a lot of people are without jobs right now. So this was great news. The BioShock team through 2K, that's where Cloud Chamber, right? That's their name. I'm having a brain fart. Yes, 2K Cloud Chamber. So they are looking for 30 new employees. So if you fit the script, or maybe you feel like you just got your toes wet in the gaming sphere, it's worth a shot. You never know. Amateur can become professional pretty quickly, so I was curious about what you guys thought, because when I said this before we started the podcast, Davis was like, wait a minute, what?
Well,
granted,
first,
he did think I said BioWare.
I could have sworn you said BioWare.
Yeah, no.
But
is BioWare still around? Yeah, right?
They're making Dragon Quest coming out. Or Dragon.
Oh, that's right.
Dragon Quest, Dragon Age.
Yes.
But you know what that means though? I think they unofficially announced BioShock 3 or something like around those lines for it. Because they wouldn't be ramping up this way unless they knew that there was a project that's coming in the near future,
right?
Especially a big project like something that and it's about time. I mean, when you really think about it, when's the last BioShock that came out? Infinite. That came out in the early 2010s, the 2010, 2011 or so. Yeah, so yeah, so to be honest with you, like this is, it's always great to see that when they're ramping up and they're definitely going, and you're actually seeing a company that's saying, hey, we're needing people to do this, especially someone in the gaming industry to be given those kind of crazy amounts of jobs at the same time, for this project. So hopefully, it's nice. It's nice to see. I'm definitely looking forward to see what they're going to be making out of all of this. So. That's a little bit. Oh yeah.
BioShock the original 2007, BioShock 2 2010, BioShock 2 Minerva's Den 2010, BioShock Infinite 2013, Infinite Burial at Sea 2013, and then they did a collection, like a BioShock special collection in 2016. But
so it's been about 12
even
years.
The remastered, it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been 12 years for BioShock. So it's out of the mind and out, like completely out of irrelevancy right now. So I think it's great to see that they're definitely doing some sort of project. Or if it's not BioShock, I am very, very interested on seeing what they're making or what they will be making from this. So
is that the only thing that they've done is BioShock?
What was the name of the studio?
Have they?
So it's okay. BioShock is part of. It's been 4.5 years since 2K announced the new studio called Cloud Chamber, which was established specifically to produce new games in the beloved BioShock franchise. So 2K is the main.
Are they owned by Take-Two?
No, Take-Two is owned by them.
Take-Two is owned by 2K.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Yep. Okay, I thought it was the other way around.
No. 2K. Let's see.
Interesting.
So 2K's portfolio.
Right. Hold on. No. Go for it. Sorry.
2K is a publishing label and development studio owned by Take-Two Interactive, along with Rockstar Games, Private Division,
Davis,
Ghost Story Games, and
Fake news.
Maybe I'm pronouncing this wrong. Zynga?
Oh, Zynga? Oh, they're owned by Zynga?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Zynga?
They were founded in 2005. They develop and publish interactive entertainment for video game consoles, mobile devices, and personal computers. The 2K franchise is mostly known by the NBA, 2K, Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead Redemption, Battleborn, BioShock, Borderlands, yada, yada, yada. So, yeah.
Okay, but
Interactive is part of that whole biosphere.
I've never played a BioShock. I think I might even, I want to say that it was like maybe the collection or something was on PlayStation at some point, but I've never played them. I love to hear that though, because that's one game I think I've seen some people play. It's kind of got like a steampunk feel to it, right?
Yes.
Well, Infinite
Okay.
did. Yeah, Infinite definitely. BioShock. I guess BioShock, the original BioShocks did too. I guess, but I think
Infinite
Infinite
is
really
kind
did.
of steampunky. I mean, they all are, but the original BioShock, it's the little robot guy, and he's got the drill on his hand, and then he's got the bubbler on his head, and then he's got the glowy eyes like Iron Giant.
You know, like when I think about it, BioShock, the original BioShock seemed more like a different version of the 50s, kind of like how Fallout is, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
I think that feel was more attuned to that, but like Infinite was definitely more steampunkish.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but
yeah, I think that's cool. I'm love
actually,
the fact. Hopefully they're working on another one.
I'm actually surprised you haven't played it, because that sounds like a game that you would be interested in. You should be interested
I think I would. And from what I've seen, I'm pretty sure I would. I just have not gotten around.
He's got a long list. But also keep this in mind. If they're hiring 30 new employees for a subdivision of their grouping, Chrissy, it might just be a good idea to send in a resume, because they're going to need more HR people in administration on top of that. Do you know what I'm saying? So if you think you don't fit the bill, that's okay. Send your resume in anyway. You never know. You might get a hit.
I'd just say, shoot your shot regardless of what you're trying to do. Like, I mean, you have absolutely nothing to lose. I mean,
exactly.
Just like, so the only reason why you didn't get it is because you didn't try. So you might be surprised in yourself and what they're looking for.
Yeah. Get them jobs, y'all.
Yeah, essentially. No,
and not a lot of people are reporting on this either. So it was kind of like a little hidden gem that Dust was like, hey, did you know that they're hiring? Because we have a few friends that lost jobs with companies. So might as well. You don't know if you don't try, you know?
Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah, I feel that, Chrissy.
Yeah. But the whole thing is just specifically the whole deal of it. It just seems very, very, very cool. Very, I mean, like, really, like I said, it's good feel good. It's a good feel good right now towards it for the most part, you know. So
we need it.
Yeah, most definitely,
so
because
badly.
Oh god, like to see a company as big as, like, you know, 2K and them to decide to just open the floodgates on this, which what sucks is that I feel like this position is like a temporary position, you know, like a contract position.
Yeah.
I mean, but at the same time, though, it's something. It's definitely something, and it's something that's going to be consistent. And you know that this job is going to be like at least 2-3 years in the making. So to be some sort of stability, yeah.
And
who knows?
Keep this in mind too. We've never heard about this company underpaying their employees for their projects, so that's something to keep in mind too. You know?
I have no idea. I don't know, because I don't know the ins and outs of 2K.
I Googled.
So I don't know if I can safely say it or not.
Googled. And a lot of companies on Reddit are getting slammed for what they're paying their employees. But BioShock, 2K, Take-Two, none of them. They all had glowing reviews from past employees. So
then we get an article tomorrow that's like, the owner of 2K was on Epstein's list. You know, I mean, who knows what's going to end up happening?
Walking around with assless chaps, smacking people's butts in the office. Like, yeah,
like, I knew it.
Hey, but it's remote. Remote. Hold on. Breaking news. This just in.
Jesus.
Chrissy was walking around with assless straps in the office, smacking people with her dildos. That just in. You're welcome.
This is not the work culture you're looking for?
It's like,
my bad.
It's like this guy says, what? And I quote, I'm just here to make games. It's like, I didn't oh, bro. Oh my God. That's so crazy. But okay, but that's cool. I mean, like I said, at least we see some sort of I won't say a light at the end of the tunnel. We're still in the upside down right now when it comes to this kind of stuff. But it's, like I said, nice. It's a nice breather moment. Let's say it's a breather moment for now, for the industry itself. So that's
I would
really
like
cool.
to also say, Biggest in Truth on YouTube says, you all look like what I get when I press randomize on my character creator. Thank you. I know.
That's what we do.
Right.
Facts.
If I could find a life-size Gumby outfit I would definitely do it right now. So I could
so
be
many onesies.
So I could be Eddie Murphy Gumby.
I will find you a Gumby onesie. That is now this year. That is my task, to find you a Gumby onesie.
New
Oh, good
goals.
luck. New goals. That's what it is. It's like I need to lose. I'm losing weight, and then it's also Gumby outfit 2025. That's just gonna be.
There
You know
it is.
that would be a great incentive if we did if we're doing like Extra Life or something. I think I would be really tight. It's like, hey, you want to see Gumby play?
I've got so many onesies. Eeyore. I've got a teddy bear onesie. I've got Ted. Oh yeah.
See, Breach even knows. He's been on that Gumby onesie for years. You see, it's a plan. It's something that I've been. It's on my list. That's what's going on. You know. So there you go. Yeah. But anyways. Oh man. Okay. But anyways. Okay. Well, that was a good topic, Lex. Excuse me.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. So all right. So I'll close it off. And I was wanting to talk about earlier this week. They did. Capcom did a special presentation called Capcom NEXT. Sorry, Capcom NEXT 2024. It's actually kind of weird because at first when I heard that Capcom was going to do it, I literally found out like a day before it was coming out.
Yeah.
And then when that happened, I was thinking, what else is Capcom going to announce? They announced stuff on the PlayStation thing. They announced it on the Nintendo, the Summer Game Fest. It's like, what else are they missing? You know, I mean, I don't even understand. And sure enough, this thing was I won't even say mediocre. I just think it was kind of pointless in my personal opinion. But they showcased 3 games. They showcased the new Kumitsu Gami. I think it's an action game. I don't even know what to describe it. Maybe it's a Souls-like. I don't know what it is. But this game is coming out soon. I don't think they announced a street date for it yet. But yeah, so they went more in depth on that, which was one of the cool things. This game, I don't know, from what I've seen, I have no interest in playing this. Like absolutely not. I just like decided when I was watching this, I was like, this looks like a very interesting looking game, but it kind of reminds me of like a feudal feudal Japan version of Scarlet Nexus in a way, with the weirdness that's happening around you. And so I'm just just from what I've seen. No, I'll take a pass on that for now. Nothing's really showing me anything that makes me interested in wanting to try this out. And then but then the one of the big announcements that came in was that they were going to be doing a Dead Rising deluxe remaster for the next gen. So Dead Rising originally came out in 2008. So now they're going to be bringing it back. It's coming. It's going to be coming soon, I believe, in September 24th of this year. And it actually looks pretty good. And unfortunately, I have never played the Dead Rising. I wanted to, but it was an exclusive that was on Xbox, and I never had an Xbox when it came out during this time. Yeah. So yeah.
When did Dead Rising come out?
Like 08. The original one came out in 2008. Yeah, so but it was a fun game. The only Frank what's his name? I think his name was Frank Castle. Oh, 2006. Okay, there you go.
Frank Castle, that's the Punisher.
Not Frank Castle, but his name was Frank.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was like, wrong franchise.
Yeah, but anyways, yeah. So the only Frank I know is the main character was when he was in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. That was it. Frank West. Thank you so much, Nightmare. Yeah. So yeah, my old age.
I'm like, wait a minute.
My old age is catching up to me. Sorry, but yes. So yeah, so they're going to be bringing. It looks like they're doing what the same treatment that they did with The Last of Us. Like they built it up from the ground up with the new generation system, graphic systems and stuff. So I think that's what will make this be even better. So. It's still gonna have the arcadey feel, so I think that was a cool announcement that they left out. But then at the same time, I'm like thinking, why would they have to have a Capcom event to just announce a game remaster? But no, there was one more announcement. I guess the biggest announcement of this was the fact that they announced that Resident Evil 9 is in production. they didn't show anything about like the game itself because it's an I guess it's an early we probably won't see this until probably like 2 years or so. So yeah, so I don't know, like so the producer for Resident Evil 7 6 and 7 is in charge of this one, not 6. Resident Evil, then Resident Evil 7. He's doing 9. So yeah, it's an early development. But they didn't have it. They have a year. We probably won't see anything about it until like around the same time next year. So, yeah. So like I said, I think that this was something that they I guess the big thing is I think they should have personally announced Dead Rising like on one of the other showcases. I don't think it was something that they needed to make a special event for, but that's just me. Then also the announcement for Resident Evil, I really wish that they just not say anything at all, because that's the biggest thing I think. Because like now people, I'm fine with it, but I know people's level of anticipation for a game like that is going to be there until they announce for more. Because I was in the same boat about Metroid 4 when they announced it 5 years ago, like a year after the second year of the Switch. So who knows what it's going to be. So I just want to get y'all's thoughts. If there's any games that you thought that it was that caught your interest, or if there's something that
so was it more? It was more than those 3 things, though.
No, they just talked about those 3 games. Well,
that's insane.
They talked about they did a recap of the other things that they announced earlier of the month. Like they announced about like, you know, the Marvel vs. Capcom collection, the Phoenix Wright collection as well, and some other stuff. But like Monster, like nothing new from Monster Hunter Wilds and stuff. Monster Hunter Wilds. So they showed all that stuff out again, but they didn't add anything new or anything in depth towards it. It was just really these 3 things. Yeah, these 3 things. So yeah, it was just like I said, it was a weird showcase to me. Like it's like, wow, okay. I feel like y'all.
What's the point? What was
yeah,
the
right.
point?
Yeah. It felt like this was a move that was reactionary to something. You know what I mean? Like when you saw some other person did it, and you're like, oh, we need to do it too. You know, that's what it felt like. But I was like, but
you already are a part of a bunch of other things. Like, what more do you have? Like, come on, dude. Like, it's supposed to be a showcase. I think that's a huge mistake. Like you were saying, it's a thing to see videos and whatnot. It's a video platform.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Don't tell us about it. You know what I mean? If you're not ready to show us, then don't say shit.
Right.
There's absolutely no point. They were just like, we gotta leave off with something. Let's leave off with this dude talking about this thing that they've been working on. You know, it's just kind of like, man, it's whatever. That seems like a very awkward showcase. Like, it feels forced. It was unnecessary, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not taking talking down on the games that they did show. I'm just saying it was just kind of it's
pointless.
It was just point. I just think it was not needed to show this. This would have been something like
those easily could have been in a different showcase that they had already done.
Let alone even if you didn't want to do it on a showcase, you could have just this would be perfectly fine to just release on social media and to that level. Like, or something, and not talk about Resident Evil at all, in my opinion. But like, but yeah. So, yeah.
I think you're right. This does seem reactionary, almost as if like maybe their numbers were down on social media about people talking about them, and so to get buzz back, they did this. But again, you are a video game company. If you aren't going to show me things, don't tell me about them. You know what I'm saying? I hate hearing about, hey, guess what? This is in development. Yes, you heard rumors. We're going to confirm it. But guess what? You're not going to hear anything for the next 2 years until we're about to release it. Don't do that to me. I hate that. It pisses me off. And I'm stubborn. If you piss me off, I'm probably not going to play it. You know what I mean?
She's going to cut you, apparently.
Yeah.
However, though, what if all of a sudden, like, let's say in the fall, they come out and they come with a surprise. This is going to be available early 2025.
I mean, that
would be nuts.
That still says nothing.
I'm not saying that it's going to happen, but like, that's the only way I can think. Why else say something now, especially say something and not show something? without trying to have some sort of like, yo, dude, this thing's actually way further along in development
Right.
than we've alluded to, and we're ready to ship this thing hella soon. Like that'd be cool.
2 of the 3 games that they were talking about didn't seem like they were at any time anytime soon. It was coming to the public.
Did they not give dates for anything?
They did. They gave dates for Dead Rising. That one's coming out September 16th. But the other 2 don't have dates. So like I'm just saying that it's something so weird that they would decide to say just say, "Hey, this is what we're working on." It's like, and I mean, they've done enough. I mean, like they released the announcement of Street Fighter, the Street Fighter 6 Season 2 DLC was enough. The Phoenix Wright anthology is coming soon, which they gave a street date and everything to it. They also are pushing out, like I said, the Marvel vs. Capcom collection, which I think is going to be an enormous deal. I will not be surprised if that game is going to be like a high seller for them, because it is it's virtually impossible to buy those games on anywhere right now. So yeah, I mean, like they had enough to kind of just coast themselves by announcement wise, and then at the same time with the announcement for like Dead Rising, I would have been like, okay, let's just release this on YouTube, the trailer for it, and then release it on X and in the Threads or whatever, you know, and then that's it. Yeah, it would have been fine, but okay.
I feel like companies are not remembering that there is social media, that you don't have to make this production and throw money at something that doesn't really give us much. You know,
I find it funny that that's what we're bitching about is the fact like, oh, you're giving us a deal. But it's I just find it funny that that's what it is. But Capcom is now a strong leader because of the games they've been recently releasing, man. So like I will give it that.
That's true.
Mean, yeah. So I mean, if they can, you know. I mean, they have smart folks and stuff now. Especially when Monster Wilds comes out. Oh, you're probably going to see me in a while. You won't see me for a while.
Hard in the paint, I'm sure.
I'm going to be designing so much materials for that cat. I would be like, okay, here you go. Yeah, that's what's going to end up happening. Or
are you going to just play it offline?
No, I'm gonna play. I'm gonna stream it.
Okay.
I
stream
the other
you.
one.
Yeah. You can build a whole thing off it.
We just won't see you offline.
Yeah, definitely.
No, you'll see him. You'll see him very much so.
Oh yeah, he said you won't see him. I was like, what are you talking about? You're just gonna disappear and not show us? Excuse me. I want to see the cat, because then I'm gonna decide if I need to play this.
Yeah,
I'm a Monster Hunter creator.
I don't know.
I know, right? That would be.
I love when people say that. I'm a Monster Hunter creator now, or I'm a
right.
Have you ever had people where they're like,
yes.
I'm a this creator now? So,
yes.
I've had a few people that I used to play with. They're like, I'm a Fortnite creator. I'm like, are you though?
I want to know about like the ones that be like the ones that's the very specific ones. It's like, you know, the ones that don't really have a big community, but then at the same time, it's like you're like, oh yeah, cool. I'm a Roller Coaster Z creator. It's like, what the hell is that?
I'm sorry, what?
Like, what is that? Like, I didn't even know that existed. It's like, is it you and 3 other people? I mean, geez, like, what is it?
Started our own committee.
I know, right? It's like, oh, I'm a Jurassic Park Evolutions creator. It's like, oh, congratulations. Yeah,
has Jurassic Park, the new game, come out yet? No, right?
I have no idea if there's a new game.
There's one coming.
It's a survival game.
How do you? Oh, I know. I'm gonna be on that.
I can't wait until Smitty
loves Jurassic Park.
I can't wait until Smitty becomes a Starship Troopers creator. That the one that's about to come out. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll go.
Power Washer 5000. That's what I'm going to be a creator of.
That's what we're going to be. Oh man, but
Cop Simulator creator. That's
Cop Simulator. Yeah. Smitty's the official Cop Simulator creator.
Back to blue. Oh my god.
Call me fucking Captain Smith. Patrol Officer Smith.
Patrol Officer Smith. Beat Cop Smith. That's what it is. That's what you are.
Parking tickets.
Gotta make my quota.
When you're playing that game, you got to be wearing aviator glasses at all times. That's what you got to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what you got to do.
I have some 80s ones you can borrow. They've got the yellow lenses.
Oh yeah.
They're my dad's from Saturday Night Fever.
Even better.
Nice.
There you go. Folks, thank you for listening to episode number 226 of the CFG Game Cast. Thank you for being a part of the conversation as always. We will be back again next week with a whole set of new topics, but if you did miss out on this episode, that is perfectly all right. We release it every weekend, but if you did miss out on the live show, you could listen to it the beginning of each and every week on all podcast services. So there is absolutely no reason to miss out on our sexy voices. Oh, guys, and also be sure, go check out our main website, confreaksgeeks.com, where Smitty's been doing some work. He's just did his video review of Destiny 2, the final shape, and as well as a spoiler cast to it, which is absolutely free on our website, confreaksgeeks.com. So once again, this is Davis, Lex, and Smitty signing off. Y'all, take it easy.
Bye.